Gabriel.
Gabriel is one of the most disturbing figures in the Mandela Catalogue, and he's not the angel you might expect. While he takes the form of the biblical Gabriel, a divine messenger, his role in the series is anything but holy. In the world of Mandela County, Gabriel is an alternate, a deceptive, shape-shifting entity that thrives on fear and manipulation. He first appears in the Overthrown segment of Volume 1, presenting a twisted version of the Annunciation. Instead of bringing hope, Gabriel's message marks the beginning of chaos. His distorted voice,
"Do not be afraid, my dear shepherds. I have great news."
Blank stare, and eerie calm set the tone for what alternates really are, not just monsters, but parasites of identity and faith. Gabriel is especially dangerous because he doesn't rely on brute force. He uses trust, familiarity, and religious imagery to lure people in. His corruption of something sacred plays into the Mandela Catalogue's core horror, the fear that the things we trust the most might betray us. He isn't just an imposter. He's a symbol of spiritual distortion, an echo of something once divine, now weaponized. Gabriel stands as a chilling reminder that in this universe, even angels might be lying. Cesar. Cesar is a tragic figure whose identity was stolen and weaponized by an alternate. He was a normal teenager, a friend, a son, until one day, he simply wasn't himself anymore. By the time we hear his voice in that now infamous phone call to Mark Heathcliff, asking for help with his mother, the real Cesar is already gone. What we're hearing is the alternate, an entity that mimics its victims with disturbing accuracy. This alternate didn't need brute force. It used familiarity. It used trust. The voice sounded like Cesar. The tone was calm, even emotional. There was no way to tell it was fake, and that's what makes it so terrifying. It manipulated Mark into walking straight into danger, triggering a chain of events that would unravel both of their lives. Cesar's case is more than a single death. It's a turning point. It shows how alternates operate. They replace, they deceive, and they exploit human connection. We never see the real Cesar again, but his presence lingers through the chaos that follows. In a world where sight and sound can't be trusted, Cesar's story is a grim reminder. When the familiar becomes a mask, anyone can be next. The Preacher. The Preacher is a sinister and cryptic alternate that stands out for its manipulative nature and deep connection to religious distortion. It first appears in the Overthrown segment, delivering a corrupted version of the story of the angel Gabriel visiting Mary. But unlike a divine messenger, the Preacher spreads paranoia, dread, and control through fear. Its presence is marked by heavily distorted visuals and audio, suggesting a breakdown not just of perception, but of reality itself. What makes the Preacher particularly disturbing is how it targets belief systems. It twists scripture, mimics holy figures, and uses religious imagery to gain influence over its victims. It doesn't simply impersonate, it indoctrinates. Its messages are slow, unsettling, and designed to disarm the viewer emotionally before turning terrifying. The Preacher's goal isn't fully explained, but its methods suggest long-term psychological control. It's less about the kill and more about the conversion, as if its power grows when others begin to doubt what is real and what is not. The Preacher embodies the Mandela Catalogue's core fear, when truth itself becomes corrupted and faith, something meant to comfort, becomes a weapon. In this world, even divine light casts the darkest shadows. Murray Residence. Murray Residence is a focal point of unsettling activity and one of the most iconic locations tied to alternate encounters. It is the home of Adam Murray, one of the main characters, and serves as both a personal space and a battleground for psychological and supernatural conflict. On the surface, the house appears ordinary, but over time, it becomes a symbol of intrusion, paranoia, and the slow breakdown of reality caused by the presence of alternates. This residence is more than just a backdrop. It is where key moments unfold, including Adam's interactions with unsettling visions and voices.
I don't care about the words. I'm upset with you.
The house becomes increasingly unsafe as the influence of the alternates grows, particularly due to Adam's own secrets and his refusal to confront the dangers around him. Rooms that once represented comfort begin to feel hostile, and familiar sounds become sources of fear. What makes the Murray residence disturbing is how it reflects the emotional state of its occupants. As the house deteriorates mentally and spiritually, so does Adam. The walls seem to close in, and the atmosphere shifts from tense to suffocating. The Murray residence is not just haunted, it is transformed into a mirror of fear, uncertainty, and the quiet collapse of everything once normal. N is one of the more enigmatic and terrifying alternates in the series. Unlike many others who rely on direct mimicry or manipulation, N operates with a chilling blend of silence and sudden violence. It is known for stalking its victims in shadows and dark corners, striking fear through its unpredictable presence. Its appearance is marked by a blank, expressionless face and a featureless black body, making it look almost like a void or absence rather than a creature. What sets N apart is its method of attack. It moves with unnerving speed and often appears without warning. Unlike other alternates that manipulate or deceive, N prefers direct confrontation. This makes it especially dangerous and feared by those who encounter it. N rarely speaks or communicates, which adds to the terror it inspires. It's a silent predator that exists to hunt and destroy. N's role in the narrative is more symbolic as well. It represents the unknown and the inescapable nature of fear itself. Its presence reminds viewers that sometimes the most terrifying threats are the ones you can't understand or predict. In a world full of deception, N is pure, raw terror. The original. The original is a mysterious and powerful alternate that appears to be the source or prototype for many others. It is often depicted as a towering, dark figure with minimal features but an overwhelming presence. Unlike some alternates that rely on mimicry or deception, the original embodies pure menace and control. It moves slowly but purposefully, and its actions have wide-reaching consequences. This creature is important because it seems to represent the beginning of the alternate threat. Its existence hints at a greater plan behind the chaos and horror caused by other alternates. While many others focus on psychological manipulation or impersonation, the original brings a sense of inevitability and doom. It rarely speaks, but when it does, its words carry weight and darkness. The original's presence is unsettling because it forces characters and viewers to confront the origin of the nightmare. It is the source of fear that others spring from, and the final challenge many must face. In a world where nothing is safe, the original reminds us that some dangers cannot be escaped or reasoned with. It is the heart of the terror lurking beneath the surface. Think principle. Think principle is a terrifying concept, introduced in the Mandela Catalogue that serves as a warning against the alternate's ability to manipulate human perception. It is less a creature and more a dangerous mental guideline designed to keep people safe from these entities. The principle urges individuals to question what they see and hear, emphasizing that not everything can be trusted at face value. Think stands for trust him not in any kind, a reminder that appearances can be deadly illusions. This principle is crucial because alternates excel at deception. They mimic loved ones, imitate voices, and create convincing scenarios to lure victims into traps. Think principle encourages constant skepticism and vigilance, stressing that even familiar faces may be deadly masks. It highlights the psychological battle at the core of the Mandela Catalogue. Survival depends on doubt and distrust. While not a creature itself, Think principle represents the mindset necessary to resist the alternates. It acknowledges that in a world where reality is twisted, the safest path is to question everything. This principle becomes a lifeline for characters trapped in the growing nightmare, offering a slim chance to recognize the threat before it is too late. Adam Murray. Adam Murray is a central figure in the Mandela Catalogue, known not as an alternate but as a human deeply affected by their presence. He is a former police officer turned investigator who becomes obsessed with uncovering the truth behind the terrifying entities threatening his world. Adam's story is one of courage, trauma, and determination as he navigates a reality where nothing is as it seems. What makes Adam compelling is his complexity. He is haunted by his past and struggles with personal demons, but he remains driven to protect others from the horrors of the alternates. Throughout the series, Adam experiences firsthand the devastating impact these creatures have on families and communities, and his journey is a mix of investigation and survival. Adam's residence becomes a battleground where his fears and the supernatural collide. His character highlights the human cost of the alternate invasion and the emotional toll of facing a threat that defies logic. In many ways, Adam represents the resilience of humanity in a fractured world. His story reminds us that even in the darkest times, the fight to understand and resist evil continues.